This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around, Goodyear should be.
Basically, it was just a breaking free rebellion. Beautiful time. And then the skirts going up.
Micro mini dresses, Cheryl Tiegs and Rene Russo dancing on the edge of a volcano.
You see that fashion is part of the sexual revolution, part of the democratization of society.
You see an end of the reign of the sophisticated lady.
Here she is. She is single and fun-loving, and she spends money.
It's so shocking today, and I think for my daughter today, how normal so much individuality and differentiation is.
It was very much when fashion changed from being so proper and stately.
Boundaries began to be broken all over the place, but not only in fashion.
I was part of that movement. Bell-bottom jeans and Jimi Hendrix, experimental psychedelic drugs. It was always about learning and growing.
This is Peggy Moffat, one of the leading fashion models of the 60s. This set the tone for what was going on in the 60s.
And also we see the influx of ethnic models like Donyal Luna, who was extraordinary in every way.
To tell you the truth, physically I wasn't really right for that time because I wasn't a tall, thin, Maud, Jean Shrimpton type. So it was either like that or it was a baby doll, a lost child.
Here comes Twiggy. Twiggy was a revolution in and of herself. Her very presence in fashion magazines was representation of youth culture.
She was very modern, very skinny. Her features are eternal.
Saint Laurent was one of the first designers to conscientiously look at youth culture and to bring that back to the couture salons. We go from ball gowns to miniskirts in one generation.
Mini skirts on the hip, go-go boots, fish stockings. You know, it was a bit the first James Bond movie and stuff like that.
There's a space-agey quality to it that relates to the period's optimism about technology.
It was not sporty, not sophisticated.
The 1970s is very different.
Women complain of being looked on and evaluated by sex and not ability.
You've come a long way, baby, to get where you got to today.
For my money, women have come too far.
The working force woman generated a more practical aspect of fashion.
Mr. Bill Blass.
I'm being influenced largely and primarily by my customer and what I think she wants.
They were trying to push the working woman, the woman that knows where she's going, the woman that has really a strong attitude.
Women are shown in fashion editorials as empowered or sometimes decadent sexuality.
Your love is so important to me.
Pat Cleveland, Jerry Hall, at Studio 54. It was an amazing, amazing place.
The disco era was more revealing, overtly erotic-looking clothing. However, you also have a parallel story of the working woman, the all-American blonde, someone like Lisa Taylor.
Other big girls at that point were Patty Hansen and Beverly Johnson, who was the first black model who got Vogue covers. She was an icon.
With the advent of multicultural models, Iman essentially started a forest fire where there was already a spark. The financial dynamics changed in the modeling industry. Certainly Iman was a great star on the runway. Then they realized that she was also an image that would carry into advertising. In 1974, Lauren Hutton gets $500,000 beauty contract.
Christy Brinkley, she had 4 or 5 clients who wanted her. I think the maximum rate was $800 a day. So I said, well, why don't we double, triple that? And it worked.
From the late 70s forward, it's the joining of the runway queens and the advertising. That is where the 80s become what they are. It wasn't just a face, it was $1 million face.